Okay, I promise in this video I will be more positive. Welcome back, ghouls and gals. Today we are talking my horror honorable mentions for 2025. Now, in this video, I will be mentioning some movies that have like a 2023 release or 2024 release that didn't get a wider release until this year, but I do have 25 films on this list that if you haven't seen these, I highly recommend you check them out. Change of pace from my last two videos, if you know, you know. And since we have so many movies to talk about today, I am going to try and condense my reviews a little bit. We're not going to go like totally in depth to any of these movies. We're just going to kind of talk briefly about these 25 horror movies released this year in 2025. So if you enjoyed this video, please go ahead and give this a thumbs up, subscribe for more, check out all of my links down below if you would like to see any more of me or support the channel any further. My next video will be our best horror movies of the year. Then we will have a physical media haul because I know I have said that I like my last 2 months, they were my best hauls, but like thanks to you, Bruce, thanks to Dr. Disc, Thomas said he had something for my Spookystar channel in the mail right now. So I think that this haul coming up will be my best haul yet. My best haul of the year, if you will. It's the last haul of the year. But then after that, I think we're going to do a video kind of wrapping up horror movies that A, I haven't seen yet, and B, ones that are still to come that I haven't talked about yet. So let's get into my horror honorable mentions, beginning with Black Phone 2. I don't know why they dropped like it's just Black Phone 2 and not The Black Phone 2, but anyways, as soon as we finished this movie, I looked at Alex and I was like, this is A Nightmare on Sinister Street 4, I, Tanya. You know? I didn't really vibe with the first Black Phone, but as soon as there was Pink Floyd, like they played Another Brick in the Wall Part 1, and Pink Floyd is like my favorite band of all time. So as soon as I heard that, I was in. Number 2, we have 28 Years Later. This is on my honorable mentions because I didn't necessarily love the like main storyline. I did like the Rafe and I can't pronounce his name because Alex and I like always fuck around and we call him Ralph Fiennes, but it's Ray Fiennes. His storyline was really cool and I'm really excited to see it continued in the Bone Temple and the Jimmy line, the storyline. That's what I'm more looking forward to seeing. I think the Bone Temple, like the Part 2, is gonna be a better film than 28 Years Later, the first installment. Next, I have to mention Clown in a Cornfield. I did not like this movie very much, but I want to put it on my honorable mentions because when else are we getting like an original property of like a new slasher? Like I just feel like it needs to have an honorable mention. Number 4, The Hand That Rocks the Cradle, and another one that I didn't necessarily enjoy, but when else are we going to get a horror film with Mary Elizabeth Winstead and Micah Monroe together? Like it was a crazy duo in this movie. It was really well acted. It just like in execution, it wasn't my favorite, but it was fine. At number 5, we have Death of a Unicorn. Now this one, once again, it wasn't like full horror, so that's why I kind of find it here on the honorable mentions, but I do think it was a really cool high concept kind of pharma horror. A very cool film. At number 6, we have Dangerous Animals. We were lucky enough to get a screener for this and we were able to see it early. I loved it. I thought it was fantastic. However, I did not love Hassie Harrison in this movie. I did not buy her character at all. I feel like if she was cast as someone else, I would have had this on my top 20 of the year. Final Destination Bloodlines, in hindsight, is a way better film. Like, I feel like I was criticizing that movie way too much, but like, girl, it is Final Destination. It is not supposed to be like a magnum opus film, you know? So it was fine. It was good. Pretty good effects. Learning that most of it was done practically with like some digital enhancement made me feel a lot better about it. I liked it a lot. It was silly. I put it on my Christmas list. Next, we have Him, which I've also already mentioned a bunch because I have also had a TBI. I feel like I got this movie. Not like the sports part. I'm not like a sports gal, but I definitely understood like the main character in this movie because I was able to connect in that kind of way. Number 9, we have Heart Eyes. I love Josh Rubin. I will watch anything Josh Rubin does or is in. However, this was a really fun slasher. It just kind of got like retconned at the end by like some weird kink bullshit. That's the part that kept this movie from being on my tops of the year. Have you guys watched Match on Tubi? I went into this, someone was like, this is trauma level, and I'm girl, this is not trauma tone. But anyways, this movie was wild. This movie was crazy and a lot weirder and more fucked up than I thought it was going to be. 11, we have Queens of the Dead from Tina Romero. I loved this film. Let me tell you, I have the biggest crush in the world on Katie O'Brien. She was really good in this movie. I think it was a really fun camp legacy film from George A. Romero's daughter. It had really cool social messaging. Like the zombies were all in their phone. Like, you gotta watch it if you haven't seen it. It was really fun. Nina West makes a cameo. Anyways, let's move into Control Freak. I've talked about this in a bug horror movie video. This one is kind of gross, but because it deals with like, you hear a lot of like head scratching, you see ants, it's very visceral, but it's also a really good film for generational trauma, like a good generational trauma horror movie. I really enjoyed that one a lot. Together, unfortunately, makes my honorable mentions and not my favorites of the year. I will say I did not like the questionable CGI at the end. I predicted a lot of this movie from just like going, like, I was like, I know what's gonna happen next. Like, I don't know, it just felt very laid out for us. As soon as the marketing came out for this movie and Alex was like, oh, there's gonna be a Spice Girls song in this, and I was like, I guarantee it's gonna be Two Become One, and here we are. I mean, like, why would you not? I need someone like I never needed love before. Come on. Another film that unfortunately makes my honorable mentions, Shelby Oaks. For a horror film, fine. Chris Stuckman, great. I am very proud that a fellow YouTuber has, got this work out there. A lot of theater backing, Neon backed it. It just kind of fell flat for me. Spoiler alert. Very nice to see Spooky Astronauts Emma make a little cameo in the movie. I mean, like, found footage. It was not the movie itself. I guess it was fine, but I mean, it was nothing more than like a solid 2.5, 3 for me. Next is Deathstalker. I love Steven Kostanski. I have not seen the original Deathstalkers yet. I've heard number 2 by Jim Wynorski is a fantastic romp, but this movie was like so fun, so stupid, so full of practical effects. It just wasn't. I'm not like a sword and sandal girl, so, it was just fun. That's what it was. It was a fun Friday night watch. Okay, we have 10 left, starting with Hot Spring Shark Attack or Onsen Shark. This is another one we were lucky enough to get a screener for this year. 2 shark movies we got screeners for. But this movie was just so silly, goofy. I have talked about how much I loved it as a bad film because, like, you have these CGI ass sharks going through like this small hot spring town, literally going, shark. and it's so outrageous, and I love it so much. Number 17 is Somnium. Now, if I had never seen Come True, the movie Come True, I feel like that movie explored like this sleep test clinic thing better, but Somnium, I feel like it fell flat for me because I had seen Come True so recently. It was cool, but once again, it just fell a little flat for me. At number 18, let's talk about Birdeater. Highly recommend this one. This one is so full of dread. It stars my beloved Dr. Javadi from The Pit. If you guys watch The Pit, it comes back on January 8th. I love that show, but this is a film about a woman who gets invited to her fiance's like bachelor party weekend, and it just devolves from there. It is so full of tension. I really enjoyed that one. At number 19, we have a wonderful body horror with Grafted. This is another story that has some really important messaging with like who you are, your identity, where you come from. It's just like you want to change your face to fit in, literally. Like, it's such a good film, especially if you've ever felt those feelings of like literally wanting to rip your face off and have a different face. This one, it'll hit home for you. Number 20, we have a fantastic film on Tubi now, Bystanders. Loved this movie. This was my lowlifes of 2025. So different. It was like a revenge film with twists that I did not see coming, and I really enjoyed it. The main characters are so solid. Would watch again, totally. Number 21, we have Presents. I know that not a lot of people enjoyed this one, but I thought it was a really cool take on a ghost story. It also has a fun basement song cameo. You guys have seen me like wear a basement shirt a million times. So that was nice to have that in the film. Yeah, it had a really crazy ending, I will say. I think I connected with this movie a lot more because you know what? I'm gonna trauma dump on you guys. I am 10 years clean and sober. I unfortunately overdosed on fentanyl 10 years ago. And seeing that kind of storyline pop up in Presents, it made me feel so sad and so icky, and I just remembered a lot, and like it made me connect to the storyline in like an almost Requiem for a Dream kind of way, because that was the movie that made me get sober. So I don't know, it was a dark, heavy film for me, and it's on the honorable mentions because it wasn't. I found Lucy Liu quite annoying in that movie, but whatever, it was decent. At number 22, it's not necessarily a horror movie, but I'm going to put it on here. Freaky Tales. I loved this movie. This movie is set in Oakland. It is an anthology pretty much on what happens over the course of one night in this town. If you want to watch some Nazi skinheads get their ass kicked, like this is the movie for you, yes. Number 23, unfortunately, David Cronenberg's The Shrouds makes this list. I am a diehard David Cronenberg fan. I am a diehard Cronenberg, David, Caitlin, Brandon. Like I am here for anything that they do. So this is unfortunately on my honorable mentions for the AI Diane Kruger boobs. I love boobs. You guys know I love boobs, but I didn't like the AI Diane Kruger boobs. Number 24, this next one isn't necessarily a horror either, but it was so tense and thrilling. American Sweatshop. This one stars Lily Reinhart, the superior Riverdale girl. Madeline Petch, I am looking at you. You heard my statements in my last video. Anyways, I thought that she really was great in this movie. This was so tense. This was my Red Rooms of the year. Very good film. And then finally, let's wrap this up with Traumatika. This was an anthology, and let me tell you, you guys know I do not like a scary face. You know I am a baby back bitch when it comes to seeing a scary face. And the first half of this movie, I watched it like this. I was so afraid. But it gets kind of like progressively weirder and like less scary throughout. But this is another anthology about like generational trauma and sexual trauma and things like that. It's very trauma based, hence traumatika. Yeah, that first half really got me. Okay, those are my honorable mentions of the year. I actually went through and looked at every single horror release before finalizing this list and added the last 5 because I thought that they deserved to be talked about. But in my next video, like, we are going to be talking about so many incredible horror movies that I bet you are not expecting to be on my top almost 20 of the year. So I will leave you there for today. Thank you for watching. Thank you for hanging out. Check out my last 2 videos if you haven't for my worst horror movies of the year, my horror skips of the year. I'll see you in my next video for my best horror movies of the year and then a physical media haul. And it's Christmas time already. I cannot believe it. So be safe, don't drink and drive, and I will see you very soon. Sayonara, spooky fam. Happy holidays.